As the season of fall descends on Boston, the city and the state of Massachusetts is already on the brink of yet another election. But for Madison Park Development Corporation, the goal remains the same: civic engagement through robust voter education in their neighborhoods. An interesting question arises: how did voter education make it to their list of community to-dos?
A lot of CDC's development corporations don't necessarily have a civic engagement role. Madison Park is very intentional about having this role because they want to make sure that their residents not only have the information but also have the skills to make sure that they're civically engaged and politically active in their communities so that they can see the changes that they want to see themselves while they're at the front of the work. Voter education is beyond important just for our livelihood. We see a lot of residents have been living here their entire lives, and a lot of them don't know, something as simple as, oh, how do you make sure that you have a sign up that essentially helps with your safety in your neighborhood? And a lot of people don't necessarily tie civic engagement back to something like that, but those are the skills that we're talking about developing in our residents that, hey, like you could call your city official, your city councilor, and get the things that you need and want. Madison Park as a whole, it's 51% Black and 48% Latinx or Hispanic. So we're thinking about like how do we reach that, like both populations to the same extent, regardless of where they're at in Roxbury, Dorchester, or Mattapan. So yeah, we see that, and I think we're definitely able to reach everybody through phone banking and door knocking, and through also the events that Madison Park hosts through their other departments. It's not our job to necessarily sway one way or another. We do support ballot initiatives as an organization because we recognize the value of certain ballot initiatives for our residents. For instance, like I mentioned, question one, and how the benefits could be for our public education and transportation system, because a lot of our residents do use public transportation, are in the public education systems. I think one of the most leading things in politics or civic engagement is that, oh, you have to vote for the president, and everybody leaves it at that. After you vote in the presidential election, you don't hit the polls until another 4 years. And I think personally, at a state and a local level, that's where a lot of the work is done specifically for communities like Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan. So we see opportunities where you get a chance to vote, and that's going to impact your community for the next 2 to 6 years, depending on what that position might be. So for instance, this upcoming election, we have positions like district attorney, our state representative, going up for election, and these people are going to be holding their terms for the next 2-4 years. So it's like, are they going to be doing the work for the people that voted them in, or are they going to be doing what the rest of the world wants them to do?